Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Doris Burke will be along, too, from the sideline. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Brandon Knight is out there with Mayo. Then it's Ilyasova. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Butler in the three slot. And for the Bulls, Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, and Joakim Noah, the front line. And there's Heinrich.
Not exactly the way the Bulls wanted to perform in the playoffs last year, Kevin. Derrick Rose, when he tore his ACL in the first game of the opening round, it was something they couldn't quite recover from.
And here is Mayo, following Kirk Heinrich's three. Mayo kicks to Pachulia. Knight. Pass to Butler. The 19-foot shot. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. But credit to the Bulls. They did get a couple of wins before falling to the 76ers in 6. But once Rose went down, their hopes, and Noah too, I guess, for a degree, their hopes at a title were probably out the windows.
Yeah, no question. It was a tough way to wrap up what was a fantastic regular season for the Bulls. But, you know, you need luck to win in the playoffs. You got to be good, but you've got to be lucky. And unfortunately for the Bulls, their luck was all bad last season.
Now here's Heinrich. O.J. Mayo missing his last shot. Here's Noah. Nails the close-range fadeaway jumper.
Easy baskets. That's exactly what they need.
Knight kicks to Pachulia. Back to Knight. And that one's good.
And they're on fire. They've made 4 straight shots to get this thing going.
Well, Zaza Pachulia really epitomized what a banger looks like. I mean, physical, aggressive, looking for contact at all times at both ends of the floor. He brings a toughness to your front court rotation whenever he's between the lines.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And not much resistance on that jam.
Yeah, defensively, you're right. Not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of him, and they paid the price.
Here's Knight. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Nice, aggressive defensive play to make the steal and start the break.
Yeah, and I like the fact they didn't mess around with it once they got it.
Going back to Pachulia, Steve, a rough and tumble game.
Yeah, he can't always finish over the top, but he's a guy you love to have on your team as a coach because he initiates contact. He'll score off of offensive rebounds and putbacks, and he's a guy who's never afraid to mix it up inside.
And the Bucks making a change here. Sanders is checked in. Noah's shot is off.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. It happens far too often.
Offensive rebound. Sanders. Missed inside. Bulls trail by 5. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I briefly spoke with Larry True. Well, he talked about how tough a matchup the Bulls are for any team because of their defense. He said Coach Thibodeau really knows how to prevent an offense from doing what they want. The Bulls are experts in taking away options. If we're going to win, we'll have to find a lot of different ways to get points. Indeed, they will, guys.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
You can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it.
Heinrich dishes to Noah. And the foul called on Larry Sanders. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Number 20. Guarded by Mayo. Number 20. The step back jumper is good.
Boy, just amazing the job that Tom Thibodeau has done for the Chicago Bulls. He took what was basically a 500 team and had them contending for a championship right away. And a guy long overdue, if you ask me, to get a chance as a head coach.
Was shot by Knight, no good.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
A dish now to Deng. Takes a 3. Shot misses. The Bucks go the other way with it. And Coach Thibodeau, one of the foremost defensive minds.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play. He
he's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. What a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. And that one's good.
You know, that's a solid shot right there, Kevin. I mean, he's one of the better low post finishers we'll see.
Outside Mayo. He dishes it to Sanders. Knight. The feed to Sanders. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Sanders has got his second bucket of the night.
They're clicking offensively. A nice rhythm here, coming out strong.
Shooting an excellent percentage. That's why they've got the lead.
Dishes it to Butler. On baseline J. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Tell you what, I like the mid-range game I'm seeing from these guys. I mean, they're making a living at it.
Yeah, a little bit of a lost art these days in the NBA, but we're seeing some really efficient offense in that area from these guys.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Both teams changing it up here.
Come on, Chicago.
Bulls trail by 9.
Well, the Milwaukee Bucks were a perfect model of average last year against the East. I mean, 48 games they played in the conference, and they won 24 of them and lost 24.
And so it's Milwaukee now. The Bulls knocking down the 3. Neal's shot is off. 1:41 left here in the first quarter. Muhammad passed to Day. Bulls moving the ball around. And Muhammad backing in. Feeds it to Gibson. It's stolen by Udo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And his specialty is tracking down those great offensive rebounds that oftentimes he can put right back up for an easy deuce.
Steve, he is always on the prowl. I mean, you got to body him up early, or he'll stake out that prime real estate for those second shot opportunities.
And back to the Bucks, 24 wins and 24 losses in the East. That can sometimes be good enough to get you into the playoffs, but not last year. Not last year at all.
Yeah, you know, we've seen some teams finish below 500 and still make the playoffs in the East, in recent years. But I think that the conference overall has gotten a little better, and that just wasn't enough last year for the Bucks.
Now here's Gibson, number 25. And Chicago scoring again.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
It's good on the putback.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Down low. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Dang. Can't hit. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Back to Gibson. Goes up against Pachulia. Number 25. And the Bulls, another 3. Here is Ridenour. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Passes it to Neal. Kicks it to Ridenour. Number 34. Chicago grabs the miss. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. The Bucks on top, leading by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Bucks lead by 3.
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Sanders out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Brandon Knight. Then it's Mayo. And it's Butler in at the 3. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Kevin, the Chicago Bulls for the last 2 seasons have been the best rebounding team in the league by a wide margin. Coach Tom Thibodeau still isn't satisfied. He said, there's still work to be done, but we're moving in the right direction. Our smalls are getting in there. We're making a conscious effort of rebounding with 5 guys. The message apparently is getting through, gentlemen.
Well, Doris, you haven't gotten a stop till you secure the ball. They're all about those stops. A different look for Milwaukee. Henson's checked in for Ilyasova. And Delfino has subbed in for Caron Butler.
And the Bulls, as usual, were so tough at home last year, and it's a trend that's been building for quite a while now. I mean, they're just incredibly tough to beat when they play in front of their fans.
Number 25. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Milwaukee in the lead. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And there's O.J. Mayo on the assist by Delfino. And that's now 6 points for O.J. Mayo. Second best record at home in the East for the Bulls, Steve. When you have the defensive presence they have in front, friendly crowd, that goes right along with it. Boy, that can lock up an opposing team.
The other thing that helps you have a good home record is taking care of the ball, and they did that extremely well at home, Kevin. Second best turnover rate in the league in that category. So really just a very sound team. Nothing flashy, but very solid.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nazr Mohammed. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Bucks leading by 4. Now Ridnow looking for his first bucket of the game. To the paint. Here's Pachulia. Drops in the layup for 2.
They got the ball into the ideal position, and he didn't flub the finish that time, guys.
And Mohammed backing in. Dang. Number 25. Offline with his 3.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
He kicks it to Udo. There's the pass to Neal. Shoots it. He feeds it to Ridnour. Now the dish to Pachulia. Gets the bucket. Pachulia's got 6. Bulls trail by 8. Pass to Dang. Takes the lead pass. Number 20. Blocked. Ridnour against Mohammed. Offensive rebound. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's his first foul. So both teams making some changes here. Now, here's Ridnour. He passes to Neal. From past the arc. And that one's good. Neal's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Bulls have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Here's Teague trying to get back on track. And it's good. 8 points for him. Bucks leading by 10. Here's Butler. Boozer with the defensive effort.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Well, if you're a Bulls fan, you got to love Taj Gibson. Great defender. He can rebound, block shots, and got a nice mid-range jump shot. Incredibly versatile defender. One of the keys to that Bulls defense.
And Neal kicks to Pachulia. Another shot, and he sails in for the layup. Pachulia's got 8 points in the quarter.
I like the job they're doing. Much better job of getting him involved in the offense here in the second quarter.
Talk about Taj Gibson out of USC. And we've said it before, but what a steal, Clark, with the 26th pick in the draft.
And, that's a big part of how you become a contender. You need star talent, certainly, Kevin. We know that. But you also need to be able to draft some players that play above their draft pick. And he certainly is one of those guys. Very versatile, tough-minded, a good two-way player. The Bucks know they have sufficient talent, and were right in the mix of it last year. Ended up making a playoff push, but came up 4 games short of securing that 8th seed. And had things going a little differently, particularly on the road, they might have been able to get it done.
Sure.
I think the best quality for Noah is the energy that he brings to the game, Kevin. He's got long arms, he can rebound, he can handle the ball, he can make plays, but really it's just the impact he has with his effort and his energy that's most impressive.
But he's so unselfish. I love that about him, and he's a real demon on the backboard. An outstanding offensive rebounder. He's a good passer, too. If he sees an open teammate, he won't hesitate to move the rock. And he's accurate with his passes, too.
If you look back at the Bucks season, they were injured and they were missing players, and had they been healthy, there is a pretty good chance they would have been a playoff team in the Eastern Conference.
That's right.
Steve?
Well, you know how that goes. I mean, health is a factor every year, and sometimes the breaks go your way, sometimes they don't. But I think it's going to be important for Milwaukee this season. I mean, they don't have a huge margin for error, so they've got to stay healthy if they're going to get back to the playoffs.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Hey, guys, we've often seen star players look to play together, but the Bulls' Derrick Rose has been adamant that he won't recruit free agents to come to Chicago. He said, that's something I wouldn't say to anyone, that I need someone to come to this team or I'm trying to get rid of someone on this team. That's something I would never do. Guys, for him, it's important to stay loyal to his teammates. He said, it's a family here. If you want to come here, but it's not up to me to make that decision.
Interesting, Doris. Thanks.
Yeah, somewhat unique perspective for him, that overriding loyalty to his teammates.
Here's Neal. Leads him in there. Puts it up. Pachulia, no luck. Bulls trail by 11. He dishes it to Noah. And stolen by Butler. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Red hours running. Good.
This is the NBA. I mean, you keep giving away the ball like this, the other team's going to punish you.
And that can be debilitating for a team. I mean, absolutely crippling. Valuing each possession is vital to playing winning basketball. You've got to squeeze the orange.
Noah dishes to Butler. Lets it go from deep. Gets it to go. Butler's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's his first 3 pointers, so maybe that one will get him started.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Milwaukee. Knight passes to Henson.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Shots good from Butler.
Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Bucks leading by 8. Melvino kicks to Sandy. Butler with the steal. Here's Teague. The feed to Dunleavy. Overnight, it's Chicago with another win. And we've reached halftime in this one. Bucks ahead, leading by 6. And coming up now, it's the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll return with the start of the third quarter in just a while.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Monday has almost come to an end. Let's celebrate with a little halftime show. The Bucks looking good at the midway point. Defensive pressure so far paying off. They're forcing miscues, ripping and running. We've seen Caron Butler scoring effortlessly against the Bulls. He has 11 points, and his two-way play has been good. Very active on the defensive side of the floor, bothering shots and bringing that energy all over the court.
A gorgeous view of the Chicago skyline as we welcome you back. An exceptional performance from Caron Butler.
It's been nothing but positive for this team. The way he's been really selective with his shot making, he's been very unselfish. I think this has been an efficient performance for him.
I agree with you, Steve. Very few questionable decisions, if any, from him, as he has always looked for the best shot every trip down the floor. I mean, I like the fact that he's judicious in his approach.
They've got Dunleavy. Noah is out there with Carlos Boozer. And there's Heinrich. And it's Butler in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Well, I was impressed with the Bucks a year ago, guys. The bounce back from a tough 2010-2011 season. Milwaukee fought hard all the way through the end of the regular season and stayed right on that playoff cusp throughout.
Now here's Heinrich following the shot by Karan Butler. And again, it's Kirk Heinrich with the triple. Heinrich's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, it's been a long battle, but they have finally gotten the game even again.
Yeah, you wonder though, I mean, battling back like that sometimes can give you a mental edge, but other times maybe you've used too much energy to get all the way back. So we'll see.
Even though they didn't get back in the playoffs and Milwaukee again missed, I think the Bucks showed everybody that they mean business by going for it and playing Clark to the bitter end.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. You want to finish strong as best you can, so going for it like they did in the season where there wasn't a lot of hope can inspire a team, and we'll see if that's the case this year.
Dunleavy, Sanders covering. Here's Dunleavy for the lead. Rebounded by the Bucks. Sanders has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Mayo. Nails the wide-open jump shot. And it's a 4-point Bucks lead.
Just adds to what has already been a great day for him.
Well, O.J. Mayo stepping into the instant offense off the bench role for the Grizzlies last season, and it seemed to suit him quite well. I mean, a guy who can heat it up like that can hurt you from outside. And certainly a valuable part of their rotation, a guy that they counted on to produce points, and he did. An unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball play in the third quarter.
What a half they're having from beyond the arc. It's getting ridiculous.
And there's no reason they shouldn't keep attacking from out there. I mean, they've got it going on in a big way now.
Now here's Ilyasova. Dishes to Butler. 6 to shoot. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Noah's got 5 rebounds tonight. And you've got to give O.J. Mayo a lot of credit, Steve, accepting that bench role, not being a malcontent and being a good team guy.
Yeah, former number 3 overall pick in the draft. But he showed that he's all about winning by accepting that role. And I think that's more important to teams than seeing whether a guy will start or not. Will he accept his role and will he finish games? That's what Mayo did.
And the Bulls with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. And Boozer backs in. Shoots. Another one falls for Chicago.
We have seen the intensity pick up big time here in the second half.
Well, you can feel the desire from both teams. They really want to win this.
And Sanders throws it down.
No way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
That is good. And it's 8 points for Carlos Boozer.
Both clubs really battling under the board.
Yeah, and you know, Steve, the rebounding story really mirrors the game at large. I mean, it's been pretty much tit for tat, neck and neck.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
For another year in a row, the Bulls were the cream of the crop in the East. Their mark of 38-10, the best of any team against their own conference.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Bucks trail by 4. This year will be tougher with the injury to Derrick Rose, but the Bulls have shown that they are always going to be tough in the East. That Steve is never going to leave it.
Well, the strength of this club, guys, is obviously Rose on offense, but it's the bigs defensively. Noah, Sheik last year, and Gibson were so good as a tandem coming off the bench. That length and size and athleticism is a major factor for that club.
Here's Heinrich following the 3 by Milwaukee. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And Muhammad backing in. And there's the foul. It'll go on Udo. That is his first foul of the game. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Dang dishes to Heinrich. Nailed from three-point land. Heinrich's got 14 points here in the second half.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
Here's Neal. He's got 6. Feeds the Knight. From the arc. The rebound by Gibson. The Bulls leading by 4. Mohamed pass to Heinrich. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Bucks ball.
Now, severe lack of awareness on his part. He had no idea he was near the out-of-bounds line.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Pachulia, who's checked in for Yuta. Sanders comes in for Ilyasova. Caron Butler's checked in for Carlos Delfino. And Luke Rittenauer subbed in for Brandon Knight. Good.
You know, he's always been like a bad window washer, a streaky shooter. I mean, he's definitely in one of those grooves right now.
Here's Dang. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
Bucks trail by 4. 1:02 left in the third quarter. Rittenauer kicks the bucket. Oh, the one-hand jam.
Too little, too late from the deep. Give him credit for trying anyway.
Great job he did getting through him and up to the rim.
Yeah, now that was aggressive, and that's exactly what I like to see.
O.J. Mayo is checked in for Milwaukee. Free throw, no good for Butler.
Caron Butler out of UConn really has become a jump shooting 3. Pretty athletic in his younger days, but now just uses that strong body, about 6'7", 230 pounds, to get his shot off. I'll tell you what, he's draining the 3 ball at will, guys.
Yeah, he is, and they've got to find a way to get out there on it.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
A clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
And Mohamed backing in. Shot is off. So Milwaukee will take it the other way.
You know what, guys? Caron Butler's a volume scorer. He loves to shoot and knock down that mid-range jumper. It's a relatively flat shot, but he's pretty lethal with it.
The first one falls.
You know, the Bulls have been a regular fixture in the playoffs since joining the league, literally. I mean, with the help of Michael Jordan, they have become, along with the Celtics and Knicks, one of the most storied franchises in the Eastern Conference.
Brandon Knight's checked in for Gary Neal. He's off on the second. And with 6 banners hanging up in Chicago, the city has really cultivated a lot of pride and winning tradition here with the Bulls. And, you know, Steve, that goes a long way. You were a Bull player at one time. You know all about that pride.
Yeah, no better place to play in the NBA than Chicago. When you're winning, the whole city loves it. Obviously, Michael Jordan was the main reason for that era. But so much history now for the Bulls, and they sell out game after game. Unbelievable fan support.
20 seconds left to play in the third. Heinrich dishes to Dang. Number 20. No good from outside.
I like the defense, guys. Really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
The Bucks have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And they averaged about 77% from the free throw line a year ago. So this is a solid free throw shooting team.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Outside Dang. Over Butler. No good on the buzzer beater. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets.
67. The Bucks. 66.
Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris Burke with the report. Hi, Doris.
Thanks, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Bulls that garners the uncontainable game today. A big push out of the break is what helped them build this lead, and right now they look to be in total control. If they can repeat that effort in the fourth, they'll walk away winners.
Okay, Doris, thank you. And that was quite a run, guys. That made a big impact on where we are right now.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, Kevin. It was a major turning point. They really hit on something that, in the blink of an eye, had them scoring almost at will.
Well, you got to share the credit for that kind of run run. I mean, you can't just say it was all about offense. There was some stingy, stiff defense being played, too.
On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Delfino and Ilyasova, they make up the forwards. Mayo out there with Brandon Knight. And it's Henson in at the center position. It's Delfino outside. Gets it to go.
Well, one thing you got to watch out with him, he loves that corner three. And that's the easiest three on the court. The shortest distance, about 22 feet. That's his sweet spot.
And another one of his really special talents is coming up with steals at the moment a ball handler picks up his dribble and is getting into a shooting motion. He's got excellent timing in that regard.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps. They're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
And at Clark, we've seen some great competition in this one.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, looking at the lead changes really kind of tells the story of this game.
Yeah, what's that, 7 lead changes already here? So this is a great matchup, guys. Two competitive teams going at it. Just an unbelievable display of offense here today.
Well, it seems like every shot that goes up finds its way to the hoop. I mean, every player is sharp and on target.
Shot's good. Heinrich's got 23 points.
Finally getting into rhythm here in the game after that cold first half.
Knight, covered by Noah. Here's Ilyasova, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Chicago leading. Noah, the pass to Deng. Number 20, again Chicago. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Deng was a first-time All-Star in 2012. Obviously, being a member of a winning team like the Bulls didn't hurt, but his play is so solid. Just a great all-around game. He can spread the floor offensively and usually guards the opponent's best offensive player.
And guys, you recall for Luol Deng in the All-Star introductions, he wore a T-shirt with the outline of Africa on the front. Deng is a native of Sudan and is very conscious of reaching back and inspiring other kids from Africa to dream big and to do well.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Bucks also changing it up. Pachulia, he's checked in for Henson. Butler comes in for Carlos Delfino. And Gary Neal subbed in for O.J. Mayo. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. Despite the deficit, he told his guys, I've got confidence in you. We've had our backs against the wall before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, can they retake the lead?
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Butler following the bucket by the Bucks. And Boozer backs in. Puts it up. Another one falls for Chicago.
And the pace has really ramped up in the second half.
Steve, I like the re-energized effort here. I mean, it's been a battle.
But Julia kicks to Butler. Over Dunleavy. It's Butler that time on the assist by Pachulia. And that's now 17 points for Butler. Boozer dishes to Butler. And now here comes Neal leading the break. And the basket good. And this game is tied up now.
And all these turnovers have left their defense really vulnerable.
Yeah, no time to get set, Steve, and they've given up a lot of buckets that way.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. They double him with Butler. Neal passes to Butler. Shoots from 14. Neal's shot is off. The Bulls have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. Passes to Dunleavy. Over Butler. And Dunleavy gets it to go in. And it's a 4-point Bulls lead.
That jump shot's like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
Here's Neal. Butler with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Boozer a screen on Butler. Here's Teague. Shot from the top of the key. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. The Bucks shooting it brilliantly here late. 60% from the field. Here's Ilyasova. It's good. Only a few seconds to the shot clock. Ilyasova's got 6 here in this quarter. And Boozer backs in. Kicks to Muhammad. Over Pachulia. Another one falls for Chicago.
Look at their scoring. Mid-range jumpers account for 6 of their last 10 points.
Well, defensively, they're doing a nice job of keeping them out of the paint, but you got to give them credit. They're knocking down shots.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Noah, he's checked in for Chicago. Gibson comes in for Carlos Boozer. And Milwaukee also making a switch. O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Gary Neal. Knight kicks to Butler. Back to Knight. And that one's good.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Inside, straight up, shots good by Butler.
Having a little more difficulty getting the ball inside here. The defense has done a much better job collapsing on them when they throw it inside. Double teaming and being active with their feet and hands.
Free throw, good Butler. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Kicks it to Butler. Outside Mayo. And there's the pass to Pachulia. Here's Ilyasova. And another basket for Milwaukee.
I think he's done his part to try to keep him in this game. It's been a solid effort from him, guys.
He feeds it to Gibson. Working on Ilyasova. And close. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. This one for 3. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Dunleavy's got his 3rd rebound on the dish to Gibson. Working on Ilyasova. With the shot. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. .102 left in the game. Knight kicks to Mayo. The 3. The rebound by Gibson. Chicago's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Noah. That one goes. And the Bulls lead by 7.
They've really executed well here offensively.
Well, it's going to take a major catastrophe, a colossal collapse for them to not walk away with the win.
Now here's Ilyasova. He's feeling it. The rebound by Gibson.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
And Noah backs down. A jump hook. Again, Chicago.
Doesn't look like they're going to take it easy on them down the stretch.
It certainly doesn't look like it. I mean, they're still aggressively attacking the basket and putting up points.
Timeout called the Bucks. They're down by 9. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
Well, they can call timeouts all they want, but it's not going to do a whole lot of good at this point.
Yeah, this one's about done. The writing's on the wall. There's nothing they can do to change this one.
Both teams will make substitutions. Ridnour kicks to Delfino. Good. And the assist goes to Ridnour. Knocked away. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. There's 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. 9 seconds left to play in the final quarter. It's stolen by Dang. He's off the step back on the money.
Yeah, this is a done deal here. They've pretty much finished this team off.
Yes, we can put this one in the books. Too much to overcome now.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Kirk Heinrich.
One, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than ever. And it's pleasure, Peter fam, do it better. Yeah, right, know what? We tight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear it right. Don't make it by yourself by assuming our music keeps you moving. What are you? You know that I'm 2 levels up, you ready to love me, baby. I'ma make you love me, baby. Cause he ain't gon' get you. And that jealousy is only gon' leave you. So the only thing left now is these cats. All these cats. I'ma win cause I'm too smart for these cats. While they making up facts, you waking up black.
In the commission, you ask for permission to hit him. He don't like me, hit him while wife was with him. You heard of us. No shady, been on the low lately. The feds hate me. They say you hesitate me. I'm in your mama crib waiting, duct taping. Your fam, destiny lays in my hands. Francis, M to the is phenomenal. Body abdominal, rhyme a few bars so I can buy a few cars. Then I kick a few flows. Excellence is my presence. Never tense, never hesitate. Real sick, wrong nights, I perform like Mike. Anyone, Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, action. Ridiculous, and if my ends you touch, kids or girl you touch, in this world I clutch. Used to call me Fatso, now you call me Castro. My rap flows, militant. You overdid it, Holmes. You in the danger zone. You shouldn't be alone. Hold hands and say it like me. A little shady, Frankie baby, fantastic, graphic, trying to make dough like Jurassic. Park in with the spark kids who see me, only me, the underboss of this Holocaust. Truly yours, Frank White.
Got the real live hit from front to back. To my people in the world with that rewind. Where my soldiers is at? Where my soldiers is at? Where my real live soldiers? Where my soldiers is at? We got the real live hit from front to back. To my people in the world with that rewind. Where my soldiers is at? Where my soldiers is at? Where my real live soldiers? Where my soldiers is at?
To go platinum. Said I live it up till all the cash gone. Ain't that funny? We use plastic, wrapped it to make classics. Hotter than acid. ED, B1, when it takes CD. Team Miller, and Famo. It's every channel. We've been hot for a long time, burning like a candle. What you can do is check your distribution. My songs bumping Houston like Scarface producer. You ain't got it like me. You just mad cause I tell her how it is and you tell her how it might.
Not tight, the flashlights, cause in the 2-seaters with 2 readers, senoritas, kiss rings when you meet us. P. Diddy run the city, show no pity. I'm the witty one, Frank the crook from the brook. Maddie broke the neck of your. Till we finish, then it's to the loot, escape.